All right, so this is the last of all this. I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm trying to figure out because today's the day that I want this put aside, and I'm just going to finish these charts and really dig into these tunes. So the quick ramp up. I'm starting to play with a traveling band, going on the road, doing tributes to like Journey and Eagles. So, and I'm playing bass and singing. So the thing is, like, so I've got the jazz and the P, and actually, so I put quarter pounders in the jazz last night and strang it with a fresh set of of uh, quarter pounders, or no, fresh set of roto sounds, and then my P bass has quarter pounders. I also put a fresh set of roto sounds last night on it, so they are even Steven. But I just fired up the jazz today, and I just played a little something. And what I want you to do is listen, not this. Let's put this to the side for now. Not really worried about that. So here are the two tracks, okay? This top one here is the Pod Go, and this bottom one is the SansAmp Bass Driver DI version 2. So here is the Pod Go with the jazz bass. And then here is the SansAmp bass driver with the jazz bass. So I have two options. Well, I have a lot of options, I guess. One would be leave the Pod Go at home, just get a second SansAmp bass driver, and then go out on the road with a backpack and a gig bag with guitars in it, and then just have the SansAmp bass driver, and then a backup one in case something crapped out, and then I have the two basses, so I'm good. Or I go out with what I have right now, which would be the Pod Go would probably be what I would consider my primary, and then the SansAmp would be my backup. So listening to all of these songs, all these Eagles tunes, I can't play them for you here because I don't know if I'll get a copyright strike or something. So I'm not going to play them. But if you want, go listen to go listen to One of These Nights, Take It Easy, Already Gone, all great bass lines. Man, Randy Meisner, boy, that was the guy. So here's the Pod Go again, and here's the SansAmp. Yes, so my thought right away, the Pod Go is more woody sounding, and the SansAmp is more SVT sounding. So, and a lot of these guys, I don't know that they were doing that big SVT thing. Like, I watched a video with Randy Meisner singing Take It to the Limit or whatever and playing bass, and I don't know what amp he had, but it sounded like maybe an acoustic or basement. Like, it didn't sound like it was just sounded like he sounds. And he was using a Rickenbacker 4001, playing kind of closer to the neck, it looked like, maybe, so it's a little more doom, doom, doom. Pod Go. SansAmp. Pod Pod Go. My instincts say that that's more the sound of what I'm going after, is the Pod Go. So that would mean bring the Pod Go, which is just a little carrying case, goes around my shoulder. I'm still I'm still in and out one, because all I have is gig bag, backpack with all the stuff, and then the Pod Go bag, which is just and I bought an extra power supply for the Pod Go. I mean, I'm like, this could be an ongoing thing, so I want to be professional. But I think that the Pod Go would be my thing, and it'll be on the floor. I'll have a tuner, and that's it. And then my SansAmp will be my backup, or if I'm in the hotel and I want to play, or so, I don't know. I don't know what, I wouldn't do that, but you know what I mean, right? And I also bought a nice little Snark style tuner that I threw in my backpack, so in case something happens and I'm using the SansAmp, I've got a tuner. And that's it. I think that's what I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna opt out of doing the two SansAmps, because it feels like the Pod Go is more the sound. I wish I could play this for you, these songs, but I can't. You gotta, if you want to listen to them again, listen to One of These Nights, Already Gone, Take It Easy, and you'll hear the Randy Meisner thing. So again, this is with the jazz bass, with the quarter pounders and brand new strings. The bridge pickup is rolled back a little bit. The tone is rolled back a little bit. Jazz bass, Pod Go. Yeah, and then SansAmp. That's what I think I'm going to do, because the SansAmp, it sounds great, but it has it feels like it wants to be a part of something that's more of a wall of sound. Is everybody following me on that? Because it's like scoopy, and it's like a little hi-fi, and it's got it's less play-y, less play-y. You don't hear the playing as much, right? So here's the SansAmp bass driver, right? It's like you hear that much, but then you go to the Pod Go. It sounds like I'm literally standing in front of you, and that's what I feel like when I'm learning these songs. When I'm learning all these Eagles tunes, it sounds like Randy's just standing right there. It's just the craziest thing. And I know that they fought against these early records because they were, I don't know if it was Glyn Johns or one of those guys was making it, and he was doing it old school, and 3 mics on the drums and this and that, and they're like, they were over it. They wanted modern, they wanted it more like Fleetwood Mac or Journey, they wanted they wanted everything all. And I get that, but boy, there is something, I don't know, when you're ever driving down the road and one of these old Eagle tunes come on, and you're just lights out, just amazing tunes. I mean, obviously the singing and the harmonies are just wow, but yeah, just the matter of fact boxiness of the recordings are just beautiful. I don't know. I think they're cool. Look at that. I stopped at almost the exact same time. Only off by a couple samples. Isn't that weird? Whew. Yep. Set me in motion, boy. So, yeah. Pod Go. Very 70s. SansAmp. And that to me is more 80s. Or I don't know if it's, I mean, there were SVTs in the 70s, but these guys were also playing kind of these old P basses with probably dead ass strings, and it didn't sound as much like that. SansAmp. And Pod Go. I want to stay with it. So what do you guys think? This is the last of these videos. You guys have been along with me. I mean, I had the solder gun out yesterday. It was scary. I filmed a whole video of me installing the jazz bass pickup, but I couldn't bring myself to put it out because, I mean, and I'm up for me looking like an idiot. I'm not against that. I think that's cool. I like seeing people's humility or humanity on video, but that was even like, oh my God, watching me solder. Probably at some point I'll just bring the bass over to Dion at Guitar Center and be like, can you just resolder this? Just check my work, man. I mean, it's probably fine. I've been soldering guitars for 40 years. They always stay. It's just ugly. So anyway, there you go. One last listen and we done. Here's the SansAmp. And Podgo. I could mess around with the Podgo and, mess around with like a little bit more sub. I mean, there's bass. I could even put an EQ in here and maybe hit a little, little 40 or 60 just to give it a little bit more ooh, right? What is this? This is distortion. Yeah, nobody uses a frickin'. What's that? That's the Dynastic comp. Yeah, I'll figure it out, but maybe... Oh, yeah, here's a parametric EQ. So I could... Low frequency. Yeah, see, I'll figure it out. This isn't even on. This is not on. This is just a placeholder. So that's what I'll do today. I'll mess a little bit with the Podgo. Maybe put a little more sub, but not a lot. Like it's going to, but with tributes, like how authentic do you want to sound? I mean, it's a modern world. You're going into clubs with, big, whatever, QSC arrays with subs and, they don't necessarily want it to sound like old Eagles. They want it to be like old Eagles, but sound like Bruno Mars or not Bruno. You know what I mean? They want it to sound like, whoa. So, Podgo. Yeah, there you go. Peace out. What do you think? Hey, it snowed here. There's snow everywhere.